Namaste, Hare Krishna, Chapter 1, which is entitled as Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Sloka number 20. Atha vyavasthitān dṛṣṭvā dhārtarāṣṭrān kapi-dhvajaḥ pravṛtte śastra-sampāte dhanur udyamya Pāṇḍavaḥ hṛṣīkeśaṁ tadā vākyam idam mahī-pate. After conversation happened between Dhṛtarāṣṭra and Dronacharya, then Sanjaya started explaining about various personalities on the Pandavas side started blowing their respective conch shell, and the reaction of that was it just created a disturbance or shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhṛtarāṣṭra. After that said, so over here, starting from this sloka, very soon there's going to be a turning point for the whole setup over there in Kurukshetra. That is, at that point, Arjuna looked on his side and then also on the opponent's side. He was ready to fight, fully energized. He wanted to keep going, fully focused. But it's also said, kapi-dhvajaḥ, who was seated on the chariot, beautiful chariot, which bears the flag on the top, which marked with Hanumān. Because Hanumān gave a boon that he will be present with Arjuna and then support him. So the important point that we can learn from this is for one's success in spirituality, in spiritual journey, in path, three things are very important. One is Bhagavat Kripa, second is Bhagavan Kripa, and then the third one is Acharya Kripa. In case of Arjuna, he got all those three. Bhagavat Kripa is a devotee's mercy. That is, Hanumān was present right there with Arjuna in the chariot, on top of the chariot as a flag. He is present there. So a great devotee's blessing was upon Arjuna. Bhagavan Kripa is where Krishna himself present. Krishna was right there, he was present. And then the third one, Acharya Kripa. Dronacharya, even though he was on the other side, but we all know from reading Mahabharata that how Dronacharya have a special corner in his heart for Arjuna. Therefore, it is sure that Arjuna is going to be successful in this effort. For us also to be successful spiritually, we need the blessings of all three: Bhagavan, Bhagavata, and Acharya, or a Guru. So all three's blessings are very important. Sometimes people be satisfied thinking, I'll have a direct connection with Krishna, I'll serve Krishna, I don't care about anything else. Or sometimes people do not worry about Krishna and they only serve their respective Guru and not to worry about Bhagavatas, the devotees. They only have connection with their Guru, they don't care about other devotees. Guru and Krishna is sufficient for them. So, the lesson we learn from this particular sloka is that we need all three's mercy. All three has to be pleased with our services for us to be successful in our spiritual life. Here, mahī-pate has been used, that is none other than Dhṛtarāṣṭra. So, Sanjaya is addressing these things to Dhṛtarāṣṭra. That Arjuna turned over and started speaking to Krishna, hṛṣīkeśaṁ tadā vākyam. hṛṣīkeśaṁ tadā vākyam. So before that, Arjuna was pretty much ready to go, ready to fight, carrying his bow and arrow, pretty much ready to release everything. He was just on his go, get it done. At that point of time, after looking around these different battle armies set, He just turned around and spoke to Krishna, hṛṣīkeśaṁ tadā vākyam. He is going to speak, we'll see in the next sloka what he's going to speak. But he says that hṛṣīkeśaṁ, Krishna has called here as hṛṣīkeśaṁ. Hṛṣīkeśaṁ means one who controls the senses. And that's the meaning of hṛṣīkeśaṁ, senses. We have all 5 senses, to smell, to hear, to taste, and to touch, and all those different senses. Like that, he is the controller of the senses. It is not surprise for us, or it's not something wonder to know Krishna can control his senses. That's not what the real meaning of hṛṣīkeśaṁ. Krishna can control our senses. Our senses meaning his devotee senses or other senses. So for us to win over our senses, we should take shelter of hṛṣīkeśaṁ. Hṛṣīkeśaṁ, to take the control of, or to surrender to Krishna. So therefore Krishna is present personally over there, and Arjuna is carefully using the name rather than calling Krishna, or as a friend Mitra, Pāṇḍu, he is calling hṛṣīkeśaṁ. You control the senses. You control everyone's senses. You also control mine. You control all the situation. Krishna. Atha vyavasthitān dṛṣṭvā dhārtarāṣṭrān kapi-dhvajaḥ pravṛtte śastra-sampāte udyamya Pāṇḍavaḥ hṛṣīkeśaṁ tadā vākyam idam mahī-pate. Sloka number 21. What did he speak is being told in this sloka. Arjuna uvāca. So we are going to see this in pieces. Arjuna uvāca senayor ubhayor madhye rathaṁ sthāpaya cyuta. Arjuna says, senayor ubhayor madhye. Krishna, hṛṣīkeśaṁ, senayor ubhayor madhye, please take the ratha, the chariot, sthāpaya means situate or place me in between the armies. In between the armies, just going to, fight is going to start, everyone is ready, set, go. At that point of time, Arjuna is calling Krishna here as Achyuta. Just now he called him as hṛṣīkeśaṁ. Now he's calling as Achyuta. Achyuta means one who doesn't fall down from his position, infallible one. So Achyuta is addressing, you are the one who never falls down from your position. Another meaning to it, you never fall down from your position. The second meaning is that you, one who never lets someone fall down from their position, meaning one who surrendered to Krishna, they will also not be given up by Krishna. They will also be protected and saved, never fall down. Therefore, Arjuna is asking, don't let me down, Achyuta. You are Achyuta, so don't let me down. And why is he saying this? He is going to say, as he said, take me, or he is giving a service to Krishna. Take me, do a service for me. So he is saying that don't let me down. Why is saying that? Asking him to do a service for himself. He is asking Krishna to do a service for him. It's quite interesting, right? So we usually serve God, but in this case, Arjuna is asking Krishna to serve him. So how is Krishna going to take this one? If someone is reputed, distinct person is come to a program in a gathering, okay, a VIP, and this person is going to be honored as a special guest speaker or special guest, and another person comes who doesn't know this person or knows this person, doesn't matter, comes and asks this person that, could you please clean this up to that VIP? And the VIP is going to get pretty much annoyed or upset or even angry, asking, do you know who I am? You're asking me to do this one? I'm a special guest here, VIP. So no, that person is not going to be happy by taking up any menial services that's assigned by someone else. Whereas Krishna is being a supreme Lord, Lord of everyone. He is being asked to do a service, menial service by Arjuna. That is ordering Krishna, do this for me. So how Krishna is going to take this one? Krishna doesn't really mind either way, whether you do service for him or you take service from him. he really don't mind. What he really sees out of this thing is some way or the other, is this person connected to me? Person has some relationship with me. Either he be a master or I be a master, or he be a servant, I'll be his servant. Doesn't matter. Relationship is what is very important for Krishna. Likewise, in our dealings with our peers, our seniors, our juniors, whoever it may be, in our process of devotional service, we should care for the relationship rather than getting into technicalities of, seniority, juniority, and all these different things. Of course, those are needed to pay our due respect to others in a way that we have to differentiate things. At the same time, we should care for the relationship. The relationship develops more when we take our mood into service attitude. Unless until we have a service attitude, we won't be able to establish that relationship. So he is master and we are servant. That's a reality. But we have a strong identity. And always it comes forward to us that telling us, you are the master, or I am the master. Everyone else is our servant. They all have to listen to me. They have to obey me. I am the perfect one. I know what I am doing. Everyone else is doing wrongly, mistake. All sort of thoughts comes into the mind, making ourselves to be the master, which is the cause of us being here, struggling into this material world for life after life after life, repeated birth and death, disease and old age. Right? So we learn from this part of a sloka, we haven't finished the entire sloka, part of a sloka, that Lord even doesn't mind to become a servant. This is an ideal example between Arjuna and Krishna. Me rathaṁ. Me rathaṁ is saying, me rathaṁ, take my chariot. Right? Again, it's a problem comes here. We already saw in the previous slokas also how Dhṛtarāṣṭra said, mamaka Pāṇḍavas, and also Duryodhana said. Likewise, here Arjuna is also making the same mistake. Take my chariot. He could have told Krishna, at least externally, just for sake of saying that, take our chariot. It would have been nice if he had told our chariot. Rather, he said, check my chariot over there, which shows his ahankar. And Krishna understood, here comes another personality. So Krishna is going to instruct Arjuna how to not be egoistic, pretty much concern-oriented, or being ownership, taking the ownership, all sort of things. Krishna is going to develop this positive attitude and mindset to Arjuna to get out of this ahankara. Yavad etan niriksheham yoddhu-kāmān vyavasthitān kairmaya saha yoddhavyam asmin రణसम. So that why he wants to, is asking Krishna to take over there, so that he can see who are all present over there, who are decide to fight. Therefore he wants Krishna to take him to the party so he can see who are all present. Atha vyavasthitān dṛṣṭvā dhārtarāṣṭrān kapi-dhvajaḥ pravṛtte śastra-sampāte dhanur udyamya pāṇḍavaḥ hṛṣīkeśaṁ tadā vākyam idam mahī-pate. Arjuna uvāca senayor ubhayor madhye rathaṁ sthāpaya me cyuta yavadidhan niriksheham yoddhu-kāmān avasthitān kairmaya saha yoddhavyam asmin रणसम. Namaste. Hare Krishna.